Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to this just a little bit of a chat tonight. Look, hope everyone's doing well. Hello to Georges and Bastos. Hello, Daniel Bate. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. I just thought I'd come on and if you guys got any questions, just send them through. Just a bit of a Q&A tonight. Look, I'll talk about a few things as well. Look, a bit of a disappointment weekend for me because the Warriors didn't get up on Friday night. But for those of you guys who had their teams get results on the weekend, congrats to you guys. But look, the Warriors didn't get the result on the Friday. So look, if you guys got any questions, make sure you send them through. And a bit of news today as well as a bit of news going along at the moment, and it's regards to Chad Townsend. So, as you guys know, Chad Townsend, first game for the Warriors, first game as a Warrior in a long, long time, and obviously the field goal option on Friday night wasn't his best choice, but he was playing with an injury, and it's probably looking likely that he will be missing next week's game. So, I read a thing on the NRL Physio on Twitter there, and it's looking like Chad Townsend might miss a few weeks. So, look, who's going to be in the halves now? Look, I'm going to talk about, give my thoughts on that, actually. So, a big welcome to those who are joining right now. So, a big welcome to everyone who's joining the live. But, look, Chad Townsend to miss a couple of weeks. Now, I think, in the halves right now, you'll probably see Cody Nikorima come back if he's fully fit. That is, if he's fully fit, I think he'll be back in the halves. With Sean O'Sullivan, or you could see Reece Walsh move into the halves with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck at fullback. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. I reckon it's the best way to go about it. And that's the way I see it going. I think that's the way we should go. And don't forget as well, if you are watching this live stream, to make sure you like the stream as well. But like I said, I think Sean Johnson obviously plays for the Sharks still, but, I think we should go with Reece Walsh in the halves next week and, keep Roger at fullback. That's the way I think we should go. But Georges and Bastos asked at a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to kill Chad Townsend costing you the game? Look, to be honest, Chad Townsend, that was a very bad selection, bad option. But that was not all Chad Townsend's fault. The whole team made a lot of mistakes early on the game. That put us under pressure. We should have won it, obviously, 18-6 up. But, I think it's not all Chad Townsend's fault. Obviously, why we played Chad Townsend if he was injured, I don't know. So, he was carrying an injury when he did kick that field goal. So, I personally don't understand why we were playing him if he was injured. But, no, I don't think I'd kill him. But I don't think I'll go to that extreme, George and Bastos. I don't think so. But Ryan asked, do you think the Warriors can still make the top 8? Not at the moment. No, I don't believe we can. We'll need some sort of miracle from here. Just not consistent enough. We're not consistent enough. And we're losing too many close games, which is very, very frustrating. As you guys probably would have told on my live stream the other night, I was very frustrated. I got pissed off. And look, maybe an overreaction from me, but, they're my team. I'm showing my passion for my team. And, it was very disappointing how we lost that game. So, right now, I'm going to say no. I don't think we can make the finals. Might sound a little bit negative here, but, look, just so many close games lost. It's just not good enough. You have to win the close games. So many points dropped. But what about my comment, mate? You missed it. Oh, sorry, Sean McAllister. I think CTH is a couple years too early for the NRL. I'm not sure what you mean there. Who's CTH? Who's CTH? Can you elaborate on your comment there, Sean McAllister? Daniel Bates says, first and foremost, hold the ball like you always say and make your tackles and worry about the rest stuff. Yeah, exactly right, Daniel Bates. Exactly spot on there. You absolutely hit the nail on the head. You absolutely have there because, just the basics. We just don't do the basics well, and that's a massive problem. So, the basics need to be done properly. And like I said, but if you don't make the basics, you're not going to win the games. As simple as that. Defensively, and as well as not making too many errors. That's a big issue, and I think that's the issue for a lot of us this year. The team in close games, we've not been able to get across the line because we've not taken the right options. No composure. That's what frustrates me about this team. There's no composure in the right moments. So look, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you on that comment. Oh, CHT. No, it's all good, Sean. I don't understand what your comment was previously, but CHT. I think people need to give him a bit more of a chance. People are saying, that CHT. He's only young. Let's be honest. He's only a young kid. CHT has to read, and I rate him very highly. I think everyone needs to give him an opportunity, give him a chance. Look, I know, there's some games, where he doesn't do the right thing, he doesn't do the right option, but just give him an opportunity and, give him time. And it's not a straightforward fix. All these young players, they don't just have good games every now and again. But I think you need to give him more of an opportunity, Shanaris, to read. I think, I think next year will probably be, a chance to see how he goes with Sean Johnson the side. So, how are we going to replace Roger next season? Well, Reece Walsh is going to be a fullback. I'd say he's going to be a fullback next year. I don't see any way, any different for the player that's going to play. I think Reece Walsh is going to have that position. I don't see them going any other direction right now. I really don't. But Dylan Watini-Zeleznik's another player. He can play fullback too. But right now it's got to be Reece Walsh. He's got to be the fullback next year. Yes, I did. But as with the Warriors, they're more than capable of stuffing it up, and they did, because I feared the worst. When we went for a field goal, Chad Townsend went for a field goal, and it was the wrong option. I said it a lot. It's the wrong option, and the Dragons, they got a lot of momentum from that. They got the ball back. They scored a try, and then they scored again, and I feared the worst. I just really feared the worst when it went to Golden Point. I really did, because the Warriors, so many close games lost. The Manly game, the Cowboys game, the Newcastle Knights game. There's so many close games that we've lost due to not being able to close out the games. So, I feel worse when it went to Golden Point. I really did. Misford HD says, how do you realistically think we can become a title contending team? That's a very good question. I honestly, I love to say how we could do it, but it all comes down to consistency at the end of the day, and that is a consistency sort of thing. We haven't been able to do that over the years. We haven't been able to find that consistency. Obviously, 2011, we made that grand final that year. Under Ivan Cleary as a coach, we haven't been able to find that consistency since then. But, I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest. I mean, we've got to find the consistency. It's wins. You've got to get those wins consistently in a row, and, not win one, lose one the following week. That's the way it is. The NRL, it's a competition. Daniel Bates says, take Tamalala, for example. He never does anything less than run like a maniac into the defensive line. He offloads, breaks, come off the back of it. Basic first, then the flash stuff can come. Yeah, I mean, look, Tamalala is a prime example of it. He's a good player, and that's a player that, that the Warriors don't really have. They don't have a player like that. They don't have a player that can, break the line open. They don't have a player that could, take the game on. So, look, that's the thing with our signings. Next year, John Johnson coming to the club, he's going to look. In the past, I know he's, when he was at the Warriors, he was known to be very inconsistent, and I know a lot of people had doubts over Sean Johnson. When he was at the club, he's 1 week, people say, oh, he's, great, and then next week he's done nothing. But yeah, look, that's going to be interesting to see what happens next year. It really is going to be interesting because, look, I think this year, I'll be quite completely honest, I think this year's almost completely a write-off right now. We realistically need to win every game from here on to make the finals, and the way we lose our games this year, in close matches, I just don't see it happening. I would love to see it happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they prove me wrong here, but I realistically don't see us, making that push for finals spot. I really don't. But National Sports Loaded has asked, should Parramatta regret not signing Adam Reynolds? Look, I think so. You got to say Adam Reynolds is a great player, though he's, not getting any younger, but he's still a great player and good goal kicker as well, Adam Reynolds. And to answer your question, the National Sports Loaded, I'll probably say yes because, look, let's be honest, I don't think Mitchell Moses played a bad game the other night. I know he copped a bit for missing that kick, against the Panthers, the one that he should have got, but I think he didn't play too badly, to be honest. I really didn't think he played too badly. I know Parramatta fans, have this thing against Mitchell Moses and, he doesn't perform on the big games. But, yeah, Adam Reynolds is a good player, but, look, I don't think he would have gone to Parramatta anyway. So, yeah, that's to answer your question there, National Sports. So, yes, probably they do regret it, but, look, obviously, they're always going to stick with Mitchell Moses, where they're always going to stick with him, and Dylan Brown, two pretty good players here. So, but yeah, if you guys got any questions, if they're Warriors related, because I'll be more than happy to answer the Warriors related questions, but if they're NRL related, make sure you put them through. But yeah, and tomorrow night, guys, I'm going to be doing a player ratings live, so make sure you tune in for that one tomorrow night. I'll be doing player ratings for the Warriors and Newcastle Knights. Not Newcastle Knights. Dragons game. Sorry, Dragons game. Yeah, the Dragons. That's who we played on Friday night. I'll be doing a player ratings for that. So make sure you tune into that tomorrow night. But the BFG podcast. Do you think that we would offer Reynolds a deal if we're able to get Jonathan back? Can you elaborate on your comment there, the BFG podcast? Because I'm not sure what you mean there. Daniel Bates says, people say the Bunnies can win the comp by the looks of some of their defence today. Forget it. It's either Storm or Panthers. A very outside chance, Manly, but I don't think they will. Yeah, I think it's between the Melbourne Storm and the Penrith Panthers. Be honest right now. Those are the two best teams in the comp right now. But I want to be writing off Manly. I would not be writing off them one bit. They could definitely make a top four push. And I would not be writing off, the Bunnies just yet, even though they are conceding a lot of points. And, yeah, I'll write them off just yet. But Matt Renford asks, do you think that is not even related to footy? I'm not going to answer that question. It's only footy questions, guys, so I won't be answering any other questions. Otherwise, you might as well not come on the live stream. You might as well not watch because this is only footy related. What signings do you want to see next season? Asked Misford HD. Look, wrong question there. Where is it? Yeah. Look, what signs would I like to see? Look, right now, we made some pretty decent signings. So, no, I think we're pretty much covered, to be honest. I think we're not too bad in that regard, the signings. So, look, there's not too many out there at the moment off contract, and I think there's not too many that stand out for me. But, I love another hooker. Hooker's another important position for us. So, yeah, I'd say hooker, another backup hooker. Do you think the New Zealand Warriors can make the 8 this year? Now, I've already answered this question earlier in the live stream, and I'm going to say right now, no, not at the moment. Levi Hawkins asks, do you think we can get Brandon Smith? No, it's just not likely. I mean, he's already said he won't come with the Warriors, so he's already said he won't sign with the Warriors, so no, probably not. I think he'll go to Canterbury or someone like that. I just don't see him coming to the Warriors. The BFG podcast asked if we could get Shaun Johnson to return to club. Do you think we would have gone for Adam Reynolds instead? Look, I don't think so. Look, Adam Reynolds is not going to leave Australia. He's not going to leave. So, no. I mean, it was either going to be Shaun Johnson or, they're probably going to keep sticking with Cody Nikorima, and they got Shaun Johnson back, which was a good thing. So, no, I don't think so. I think they would never have got Adam Reynolds. Adam Reynolds would have did it come to the Warriors, to be honest there. Look, I just don't think it would have happened. Do you think Matt Lodge will play soon? Yes, I probably could see him play next week. I think he'll line up next week against the Sharks. So, yeah, probably. I mean, that's probably likely to happen. Do New Zealand Warriors need another centre for next year? No, I don't think so. I really don't. I just, I think we're covered right now in that position. Ryan says, hopefully after so many close games, the Warriors will get better at finishing games. Yeah, I do hope so. I really do right now. But look, I love to get my hopes up here. But yeah, I mean, look, if our halves can do better, it's all about the halves and how they control the game. And that was the issue. That was the issue the other night against the Dragons there, which, Corey Norman, he missed a lot of kicks, and to lose that game to a Corey Norman field goal was absolutely ridiculous. We should have won that. It's just frustrating. It's really frustrating. And, I don't want to take anything away from the Dragons. Good on them for coming back. But the Warriors should have still won that game. They were up 8-6 at the time. And, the frustrating thing is, all these games, the Warriors have had these chances and they're not been able to wrap up the results. So, I do hope they finish the games better, Ryan. I really do. Levi Hawkins says, I think Cozy should be dumped. He had a shocker. Yeah, I don't think he had a great game, to be honest. I really don't. I think they should have played Rocco Berry. They had a chance here. They've named Rocco Berry in the centres. Well, not in the centres. He was named in the extended reserves, and he should have played, in my opinion. I thought he should have played. I really think he should have played, and they didn't pick him. So I was really shocked by that. Actually, really shocked. Daniel Bates says, I think it's a very good sign for you, Lodge. Maybe he needs to get away from a big city like Brisbane. He may have took advice on that, look, Matt Lodge, I really don't like him. I'm going to be honest here. I personally don't like him. And I think he's a bit of a grub, I just don't like him. But, I hope he goes well. The Warriors really do. I hope he puts a point, and hopefully he plays well. But, it remains to be seen. I just, a lot of people do like the signing of Matt Lodge. I wasn't really a fan of it, but, hopefully he does go well. So, do you think RTS will come back to New Zealand Warriors after the Blues? How do you think he will make the All Blacks? Look, I think Roger Tuivasa could possibly come back to the Warriors. But will he come back? I really don't think so. And will the club want him back, if he does? But I'm not too sure about that because, look, if he does make the Rugby World Cup side next year, if he does make it, if he does make the All Blacks, if he does make it there and, plays well, maybe he won't want to come back, So, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. It all depends. It really depends. Do you think Shaun Johnson will retire with the Warriors? Possibly, possibly. I could see that happening. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, after the Warriors, I don't see him, going back to Australia and playing for another team. I think he'll finish his career at the Warriors. So, yeah, probably, definitely. Daniel Bates says yes, it was a shocking story to him, but hopefully he had learned his lessons, will be better man in the long term. Oh yes, those that's the only reason why I don't like him is because of the past stories, and I know people are going to say you should move on to the past, and give him a chance and all that, but it's still what he did was just very really very wrong, and I do hope he comes to the club and does well. That's what I'm going to say. And I'll support a player that puts on the Warriors jersey, regardless. Even if you don't like them, you got to support the player because he's a Warriors player now. So yeah, I mean I'll support him because he's in a Warriors jersey, obviously. So yeah, as long as he stays away and doesn't do any off-field stuff, that's the main thing. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid. Who would you like to see Benji wear a Warriors jersey? No. Look, let's be honest. Benji's, in his 30s now. He's getting older, and no, probably not. Look, I think we've got Shaun Johnson now. I don't think we need another, older player. Levi Hawkins says, "Who do you think our captain will be next year?" For me, the answer is Tohu. What is your thoughts? Look, yes, definitely. I mean, I'm all for it. I think Tohu Harris would be a great captain, but you've also got other players like, Wade Egan. You got someone like, you got Wade Egan. He could be a possible surprise here to be captain. I think Wade Egan's had a pretty decent season, actually. I think he's really come on leaps and bounds this season. He's proven me wrong. I had my doubts over Wade Egan, in the off-season, and he's proven me wrong. He's had a pretty decent season, actually. So I think he played well the other night, actually. I think he can hold his head up high against the Dragons. He had a pretty good game. So, yeah, I'd say Tohu Harris would be probably the favourite to get it, Maybe Shaun Johnson, maybe Shaun Johnson can be the captain. There's another option there. He's getting older now, so Shaun Johnson could definitely fill in that role as a captain. Tohu Harris, definitely. But, yeah, Tohu's not a bad shout, actually. He's not a bad shout. But for me, for the captain role right now, look, I'll probably say Tohu Harris. I'd agree with you there, Levi Hawkins, actually. Tohu Harris for me. Levi Hawkins asks, where do you live? Cuz I live in Australia, actually. So, yeah, I mean, I'm born in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm a Kiwi and a Warriors fan proud, but I've been living in Australia for 9 to 10 years now. So, yeah, Aussie's where I live. And, yeah, I mean, look, I'll be going to the Warriors game. Obviously, when we play the Titans, I went to the Magic Round this year. I went to the Magic Round when we played up there at Suncorp Stadium. I went to that, and I've already got tickets to the Titans Warriors in round 25, so I'm looking forward to that one. Be probably Roger's last game. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not his last official game, but it'll be his last club game in the NRL. So, yeah, I mean, Should the New Zealand Warriors quit on Harris Tavita after the season? No, I don't think they should. I think people need to give Chanel Harris Tavita a rest and, stop criticising him. I think he's only young. I think people need to give him a chance. He's only young and, let him develop. He's going to have Shaun Johnson next year, and Shaun Johnson's going to come in and probably help him massively. I reckon he will, actually. So I think people saying now Harris Tavita should leave the club. I don't agree with it. I really don't agree with that comment, actually. I really don't think, Harris Tavita should leave the club. I think he's, just needs to improve on his game, obviously, but that's just on a lot of people that criticise him, and I don't really agree with it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe Daniel Bates says maybe Lodge and the other front row guy you signed from Manly can join heads to speak and discuss how they maybe do community work for the Warriors. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant by that comment, Daniel Bates. Can you elaborate on that one? But yeah, I just think Chanel Harris Tavita is a very good young player. I rate him very highly, and I just think he's got tons of years to get better, and he can get better, he can improve. But to say he should be sacked is completely over the top in my opinion. I think it's just completely ridiculous. Over this year, and I've seen a lot of comments on social media in regards to Harris Tavita. He's also been injured this year. Remember, he has been injured this year, and I know it's not an excuse, but I just think he's only young and he should be given a lot of time. Oh yeah, Adam Fanua-Blake. Yeah. I mean, it can work. I mean, our props and our props can get better, and I think Adam Fanua-Blake, Matt Lodge, that'd be a pretty good combination. You got Murdoch Basila as well. So, do you see the Warriors ever winning a title? Look, this is a very hard question to answer. Actually, it's a very hard question to answer, and I don't really know how to answer it right now. So. Look, I don't know. I mean, I hope so, but right now it's just, it's just a wait and see situation. We've got to wait and see. And look, I think we need to all be patient. The owners, the new managers, the CEO, and all those people that run the club. I just think we can do it. We definitely can do it. We just got to give it a bit of time. It's not going to be a quick fix. You look at Penrith. Penrith are a prime example. They had some tough years, and now they've got some consistency going. Penrith, they made the grand final last year. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. I know fans are impatient like myself, but we've just got to believe in the club, what they're going to do, and that's the way I feel. That positivity, we've got to be positive and feel that way. But obviously, it's frustrating. It's frustrating every year. The Warriors, they have that potential to be a top 8 team every year, and they miss out, and we just got to be patient. That's what I got to say to all the Warriors fans out there. We just got to be ready and patient, and good times. You got to go through the bad times to go through the good times. Is what I got to say. Do you think the home game will get cancelled because of the COVID situation next month? You know what? I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope that Warriors fans can get to see their team live in New Zealand. It's been a long, long time. And you know what? When I heard that news, I was happy for them to get a game. It's been a while since they last played at Mount Smart. It's a long, long time. And I just think, they've got to have a game at home. It's been too long. So I do hope they can get a home game. I really do. But it all depends. Like you said, on the COVID situation there, Matt. I mean, I'm not so sure there. But I hope they can get a game at Mount Smart this year. It'd be a bit of a reward for, the way the players, have done a lot, since coming over to Australia. They've sacrificed a lot to come to Australia. Last year was tough, but this year, obviously, there's no excuses because, they are more settled into the country this time, but, still they're away from their families and that, and, they'll be looking forward to getting home and playing for the home fans. So, yeah, I do hope the home game does happen. I really do. I hope it doesn't get cancelled, but it just all depends. It just all depends on what happens. How behind do you think we are as a club compared to the rest of the league? Look, I think we're still further behind than we need to be. We really, just me being honest as a fan, look, I don't want to say it as, to be negative here, but, you've got to be honest. You've got to give an honest perspective here. And I think, yes, we are quite behind the top teams. We are. If you look at the gap between the top teams, the bottom teams, look, I'll be honest here, the NRL this year, and you guys might disagree with me here, but I think the NRL this year has completely turned me off. I'm going to be honest here. I've been completely turned off watching these games. We've got some games where they are lopsided, one-sided scorelines. Look, I'm not here to say that, the Warriors, as a whole is the main reason I'm turning off games or not wanting to watch them. There's other reasons, because as a neutral, you want to sit through the NRL games and they're close and not as one-sided as they are. So that's my thoughts on it. I think, not with the way the NRL is going, the rule changes have played a part. Maybe people might say they haven't, but for me, they have played a part in some of the scorelines this year. You've got looks likes of this weekend. There's some one-sided games, and yeah, I mean that's my thoughts on it. My thoughts of the Warriors are behind, yes, and also you've got other NRL clubs just behind as well, not just the Warriors. There's a lot of other clubs like the Tigers. They're inconsistent. You've got other teams like the Dragons. Even though the Dragons are somewhere in the 8, they're still behind. You got teams like the Broncos, they won tonight, but they're still a fair bit behind the top teams. So, yeah, it's not just the Warriors. It's not just the Warriors that are behind the other good teams. So, can you give a shout out to my son's leagues? He left with Johnson Sharks, but has come back with him. Welcome back. Yeah, sure. I mean, Levi Hawkins, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, look, yeah, I mean, Sean Johnson, I mean, he's everyone's favourite type of player, and I'm sure a lot of young Kiwis back home, they were very sad that he left because, he's one of the idols, Sean Johnson. Grow up and you watch Sean Johnson, he's a great player and all, and I was sad when he left. I know there are people that gave me stick for putting up a post. I put up a post about Sean Johnson, and I did a video about it saying that he shouldn't be coming back to the Warriors. And I changed my opinion, and people had a go at me for that, which I don't understand. I'm allowed to change my opinion at the end of the day. It's my opinion, but obviously I'm happy that Sean Johnson's back. He's a great player, and he's got potential. He's got potential to help this team and get back to where they should be, actually. So, yeah, I mean, I love Sean Johnson. He's a good player, and, I have no harm feelings towards Sean Johnson. It's just that, I just believe that the club said what they said. They wouldn't want him back, and, at the time they said that, and now they've changed their minds. But, I'm looking forward to seeing him next year. I really am looking forward to seeing him next year at the club. Daniel Bates says, I've had time in my life I've done stupid things, nothing as bad as Lodge, but I get impressed people out there are judgmental, would let some move on. That's all good, Daniel. That's no problem. It's understandable. That's an understandable comment. I get it. I really do. But yes, yeah, very clear comment there. Very clear comment there, Daniel Boat. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions, make sure you send them through. like I said, tomorrow night I will be doing something. I'll be doing a video, proper video. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow night. I'll do a player ratings for the Warriors Dragons game from Friday night. So make sure you tune in for that. That'll be probably around 7:30 tomorrow night, or I'll let you guys know. But that's what I'm planning to do tomorrow. That's a video I'm planning to do. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions, send them through. I don't understand your question. Is it Sandy Hook? I don't understand your question. Can you elaborate on your comment, please? Daniel Bates says, thanks very much. Always enjoy the discussions. No problem, Daniel. It's great that you always tune into my live chats here. I really appreciate your comment. Actually, really do. Do you think RTS will return? No, I don't. I just don't see it happening. If he leaves, I think he won't come back. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, Sandy Hook. Can you please elaborate your comment? I don't understand your comment. Who is Mike? Who is Mike Lortis? That's not a player. I don't think that's a player. Can you please elaborate on your comment? Unless you're on here trolling, which I do not appreciate trolls, I will remove them. So if you're here to troll my live stream, I'll just remove you. So can you please just give me a sensible comment, please? No stupid comments on here, otherwise you'll be removed straight away. This is just a footy chat, Warriors chat, not here to put up with people who are just going to come on here and troll live streams. But yes, so if you guys got any more questions, make sure you send them through. I'll go for a few more minutes, but yeah, please just send in your questions. Please be sensible about them, please, because I don't want any trolls on here. But do you think NRL refs are biased towards other teams when they're refereeing the Warriors? Look, I don't want to sound like I'm biased here, but I'm probably going to say yes. There's definitely a bit of bias towards the Warriors. Look, but is there bias towards other teams as well? I don't know, but you got top teams; they're always going to get away with it. But if Rats was to return to league, which club would he join? I don't see him joining back to league. To be honest, I just don't see it happening. I think once he stays in rugby union, I don't think he'll come back. He's going to get the money and all that. Money's better in rugby union. So, if he did come back to league, obviously, the Warriors have a thing as contract where if he joins league and he'll come back to the Warriors. So that's where I see him coming back if he does play league. But I personally don't see Roger coming back. Daniel Bates says, much rather hear your views than Kenty and Joey. They don't really understand the fans. Not totally anyway. Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of Paul Kent, be honest. I'm definitely not a big fan of it. I don't watch them anyway, so I don't watch any of those shows, Fox Leagues, NRL 360 and all those shows. I don't watch them, so yeah. Levo Hawkins says, yes, they are, even though we don't deserve to win, but the crush and the contact to the face against the Dragons. I'm not sure what you mean. I didn't really see it I was live streaming the game, so I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But, I might have to look back on that one. I can't comment too much on it. But, referees are referees, and I think we let ourselves down. I don't think the referees played any part in that game, to be fair. I mean, that was our own doing, actually, our own doing. Cool Stuff says, hey, bro, who would be your dream Warriors signing? Well, look, Brandon Smith would definitely be a great signing, actually. It'd be my dream signing for the Warriors, a hooker that Warriors would need, and Brandon Smith would be definitely a great signing. So, to answer your question there, Cool Stuff, definitely Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith, he's a good player, but I don't see him leaving Melbourne. I really don't. Do you think they keep putting Blocker Roach on his commentary just to piss Warriors fans off? Yes, I absolutely cannot stand Steve Blocker Roach commentary. I cannot stand him. I know a lot of Warriors fans cannot stand the guy one bit. He just doesn't shut up, and he's very negative, and I just can't stand him, to be fair. Him and that other commentator, Dan Ghanaian, I just cannot stand those commentators. Andrew Voss is great. I really enjoy Andrew Voss, and Ray Warren as well. So those are my favourite commentators in the game. Warren Smith's not too bad, actually. I don't mind Warren Smith, but if there was an Aussie commentator I cannot stand, Steve Blocker Roach. He's very painful to listen to. He's very, very painful. And yeah, I just hate him. I just can't stand, listen to his commentary. But I don't know why they keep putting him on Warriors games. I really don't. Levi, maybe embrace us against the world angle, keep players fired up if nothing else, says Daniel Bate. Yeah, can't say too much there. Really. How long do you think the Warriors will give Nathan Brown until he's sacked or replaced, or do you think we need Wayne Bennett as a hand of football at the Warriors next year, although we've got Gus already? No, I think the club's got high expectations on Nathan Brown. I think, the club rates him really highly, and I just don't see him going anytime soon. So to level on that comment, I just don't see him being sacked anytime soon. I mean, I think this year, Nathan Brown, look, I know we've been inconsistent, but let's give Nathan Brown a couple of years and see how he goes first before judging on his, results. I know it's a results-driven business, but, give him a couple of years is what I'm thinking, because the Warriors, they change their coach all the time, and we haven't really had a coach, for more than 1 year at a club. So, yeah, I'm not sure. And on that Wayne Bennett, I just don't think Wayne Bennett would come anyway. So, yeah, Gus is there, and we've got to trust in Gus and what he does, and trust in the previous, trust in the CEO, trust in the board, trust in all those people. I know it's hard to trust the club because we're inconsistent, but that's my views on it. I just think, I'm patient. I'm willing to give them a chance and see how it goes. Yeah, Warren Smith is the best commentator. Thinks cool stuff. Yeah, no, I still think it's Andrew Voss. I'm a big Andrew Voss fan. You look at Andrew Voss, he's a pretty good commentator. He does a lot of great stuff. So Andrew Voss for me, then you got Ray Warren. Those commentators, all those other commentators like all those commentators like Blocker Roach and Dan Ghanaian. They're not great commentators in my opinion. They're just hard to listen to. They're just painful to listen to. Daniel Bates says, I'd kill to see Tamalalo in the Warriors jersey. I'd actually travel down under to see that in the flesh. Yeah, but look, that's probably highly unlikely to happen anytime soon. He's at the Cowboys now, and the Cowboys, they'd be happy to have him. So would be great, but you can see him play for Tonga in the World Cup at the end of the year. So yeah, look, any player that I like to see that in the Warriors, is probably unrealistic. It's never going to happen. So. Daniel Bate was just short of the stick more than not, and especially in close games. Just Levi Hawkins. Yeah, but I don't think the officiating played a part, actually. I don't think in our last couple of games, we've put ourselves under so much stick to win games. So I don't think the refereeing played a part in that game either. So even the last couple of games, we just put ourselves in that position, in our own position not to win the game. So. Legendary Ra says Pompey at fullback. Now my question is thoughts on the Nicarima rumors. Yeah, I think Cody Nicarima's off next year. I think he's off to the Titans. I think the Gold Coast Titans will sign him. probably expect it to be announced, not in the not into the near distant future. I think he'd be gone. I think, I don't see Cody Nikorima hanging around. With Sean Johnson here, what would he hang around? He's not gonna get a spot. He's, the halves for me will be Sean Johnson and CHT next year. I just don't see Cody Nikorima hanging around. I think it's fair enough, and he's got a bit of family in Australia, so understandably, I think that's where he'll be going. I think he'll be going to the Gold Coast, actually. Can't see Cody Nikorima hanging around. Do you like the bunker? Do you think the referee should not award tries until it's confirmed by the bunker? No, I think the bunker's all right at the moment. Look, I wasn't a big fan of the bunker at the start, but right now it's doing okay. So, yeah, I don't mind it. But, in the past I've not been a fan of it. So, yeah, to answer your question there, I just think what it is right now is all right. So, as long as it's consistent, as long as they're consistent in their calls. So, yeah. What is the position you need to strengthen the most, says Daniel Bate. Would anyone in the Super League be able to step up if you can't get an NRL player? Look, I be honest here, I just started watching the Super League this year. I've just started following it. My team I support is Halves FC. You guys might be surprised by that one, but that's a team I go for in the Super League, and I've just started following it this year. And I watched the Super League, and I don't think it's a bad game, actually. I don't mind the Super League. It's not a bad code. Now, players that I think, could come from the NRL, from the Super League to the NRL, there's a lot of players out there that could definitely make the switch. Now, I don't know if the Warriors would be interested in any of the England players, but, they could definitely make the push. There's no doubt there's some players, that can make the push, and there's some players that, don't make the push properly. But, Halves are a good team. Yeah, I've just tried to learn a bit of how FC and have a look about their history. And, I thought, they're similar to the Warriors likes because, how FC, they don't win, they haven't won silverware and stuff like that. So I thought something similar, I didn't want to follow a team like Wigan or St. Helens or, all those teams have had success before. I just wanted something a bit different. Levi Hawkins says, I'm off, bro. Love your work. Warriors to the casket drops sub, bro. Cheers, Levi Hawkins. Thanks for tuning in. And, hopefully the Warriors, can, do better. Hopefully they can get a win. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, Levi Hawkins. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. And thanks for the sub as well. Oh, George's Investor says Mitch Moses got picked at halfback and White at 5'8". Now New South Wales are trying to lose the game. Oh, really? I haven't seen the lineup just yet. I just jumped on here. So, no, I haven't seen the Origin lineup, but that's very interesting, George's Investor. It's very interesting indeed. But, look, to be honest, game 3 of Origin, I don't really care, to be fair. I'm not too bothered, not too fussed, because it is a dead rubber and it doesn't really bother me at the end of the day. But, New South Wales will probably still win regardless of who they put on the field because Queensland just can't do anything. They're just not good enough, So, yeah, very interesting there. Very interesting that they're going with that, if they're going with that. Daniel Bates says, guess you got burned with Tompkins. Yeah, I personally think Tompkins was a waste of money. I think he was a terrible signing. I just didn't get it because, we had a player like Kevin Locke at the time, and Kevin Locke got pushed out because, Sam Tompkins arrived at the club. So, yeah, I thought it was one of the worst signings, actually. Very bad signing. It was a waste of money, he did nothing. And, he got very hyped up. I thought he was going to be a good player, I watched his highlights in Super League. I thought, maybe he could help the Warriors. But, he was a terrible signing, Sam Tompkins. I didn't really like the signing of Sam Tompkins after. He just didn't do too much, in my opinion. But, yeah, look, Sam Tompkins, I don't know what he's doing now, but, look, I just didn't think it was a great signing, to be fair. George Ambastos, I can't remember. It's been too long. I don't remember the money, but it was a lot of money. It was a very lot of money. I just think, with Kevin Locke, I really liked Kevin Locke. And unfortunately, Kevin Locke, he decided to go because obviously with the Sam Tompkins thing, he came over and he wasn't going to get a spot on the team, Kevin Locke, with Sam Tompkins. So it was a lot of money at the time, I believe. I believe it was a lot of money. But back five English players don't really translate good into the NRL. Yeah, absolutely spot on there. You look at the forwards. John Bateman's a good example. John Bateman. You got Hodgson. You got all those players. They came into the NRL and they've done a great job. And I think backline players haven't really came into the NRL and done much. So you've got also the Tigers. I believe they've got Oliver Gerrard coming to the next year. I think they've got him coming. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that's the case. Forwards have done well. Hookers have done well, but outside backs, they haven't really translated. But so if you guys got a couple more questions, I'm going to jump off. So a couple more questions I'll answer, then I'll get off. But just like to thank everyone for tuning in. So thanks everyone for watching. But I'll let everyone answer a couple more questions, and I'll get off. Tompkins, a player who had quite a short but spectacular rise. He's really spoken about much now. Maybe too much too soon. It can happen. Yeah, I don't really know too much about Sam Tompkins, to be honest. I didn't really follow Super League back then, and I've only just started following it now. And can't really say too much because I don't know too much about the guy. I don't know much about him as a player, and all I saw was back then is highlights of him on YouTube. So that's only how I found out about him. When the Warriors signed him, that's how I found out about him. And when I watched those highlights, I thought, he's going to be a good player, but that didn't turn out to be the case. So look, I think it's just one of those signings that didn't want to happen. But look, thanks everyone for tuning in. Now, thanks everyone for tuning into this little bit of a chat. Talk footy and answer your guys' questions. But thanks guys for watching. Daniel Bates says, thanks, bro. Great stuff. See you soon. Much respect. Have a great week. Cheers, Daniel. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone else for watching as well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribing. You're liking the videos as well. Like this stream as well. And, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Live stream, probably. That will be the player ratings for the Warriors and the Newcastle Warriors and the Dragons. Why do I keep saying Newcastle? I don't know. Warriors Dragons. Sorry, guys, a bit tired today, but Warriors Dragons. Friday night, I'll do player ratings live, maybe a live stream, maybe a video, but I'll let you guys know. But cheers, everyone, for watching, and have a good rest of the evening, and have a good week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So up the mighty Warriors, and thanks, guys, for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thanks for watching, guys. See you guys tomorrow.